Fools, neurotic. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with the VeVe OMI DEFF DECAT update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, especially the super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. Crazy day over here. Give me one sec. Sorry, I had to slam a little bit of a protein shake because I was quite parched there. What do we got here? Can VeVe capitalize on the NFT wave? I think what I had put down here is this, where it shows how many people purchase something based on a sale or promotional code, and then how many new people we have. So the new people were people that had 0 collectibles in their wallet, now have 1 or more collectibles in their wallet, was 12. And we had 10 the week prior. If you go back, I don't know how many weeks we have to go back here, but just give me a second, I'll find it. We're not going to count the week of New Year's because there was 26,000 people that did not have any collectibles previously that had some. Again, we're not going to count that, or even the week prior, because I had 800. Okay, so in the weeks of the 16th to the 25th, you had about 98 people. 98 people had joined, in that like 10, 11 day period, and that's fine. If we could do that all the time, I would do that all the time. But there are many days where we have or many weeks we have like 11 people, 6 people. Give me one second here. So it's kind of hit or miss with what VeVe does. The week prior to that, if we're going in late November, you had 37 people, new people. Before that, you had, November was good, 185 the week before, 22 the week prior to that. And then in like early November, you had 210. So again, you have a lot of really solid gains here, but it's hit or miss. And right now, for the past couple weeks, again, aside from New Year's, because we don't want to count that, where you have 26,000 new people, it looks great for end of year stuff, and I guess beginning of the year stuff. But it's clear to me that a lot of people are beginning to get bullish on NFTs. How do we get them into VeVe? You saw Pudgy Penguins just partner with Main City, which is like the biggest soccer team of like all time. And I don't, again, Fig Pin's great, Funko's great. The Fidgetals that we've had have been great. I really would like it if they would just have their own IP and then put their own IP somewhere in Walmart. And I know like how long they have to pay for it. You have to, in order to get something in there, you have to pay for the shelf space. And if it does well, it does well. You continue to get that shelf space. And maybe we're not big enough yet in order to do that, but I think getting their own characters, their own IP would make it so that there's at least demand for it, and at least they have it for when they want to really pump it out. Unfortunately, right now, it's that I don't think is the route that they're going. Any other type of Fidgetals that we could do, according to O'Milly down there, we're going to have a very, very big February. Do any of them come with Fidgetals? I have no idea. William Kiefer says, let's get this bread. Bill Gardner saying, let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it, brother. Let's take a look at some other. I'm sorry, guys. Give me one sec. Okay. Let's do some of the screenshots here. Let's try some of it from today. I mean, you're going to have your people, you're going to have your squeebses that say the circle keeps closing, supply doesn't disappear all at once, it gets absorbed quietly. At some point, there's no room left. You're either inside the circle or you're trying to buy your way back in. Price handles the rest. And he's got, geez, do I have it here? He's got so many. He's got 46 out of 2. We has 18% of the Amazing Fantasy 15 secret rares. That is insane. I don't think he'll ever sell all of them, Will he sell some when this does a 3, 4x? I hope so. I hope he sells a couple of them. He's got 16% of the Uncanny X-Men #1s. He's got, which is 40 of them. He's got 35 Fantastic Four #1 secret rares. Oh my God. Incredible Hulk #1s. He's got 31 of those. Fantastic Four #48. He's got 30 of those. Journey into Mystery 83. He's got 29 of those. What the fudge? Fantastic Four #3. He's got 29 of those. Amazing Spider-Man #2. 27 of those. This dude, Tales of Suspense #39. 26 of those. Journey into Mystery 85. 26. Marvel Comics #1. He's got 20 of them. Avengers #1. 16. Fantastic Four #2. 16. Fantastic Four #5, 15. Like this dude cannot be stopped. And he's gonna keep buying and keep buying and keep buying to no avail. Why? He's there's a Mario Party game. I forget what it's called, but you start in 4 corners, and there's a treasure box somewhere inside of it, and you have to mash A to dig. And there's rocks that are really hard to like go through, but there's also signs in there, and it'll point whichever way, the actual treasure is. And when it does that, first to market, the first person to get there gets it. There's a bunch of whales that are wondering where to put their money, and he knows that some of them will go into digital collectibles because it's safe, they don't degrade, they can't get lit on fire, rip Palisades, can't get stolen. I mean, I guess you could get hacked or whatever, but again, if you want to keep them inside the VeVe enclosed ecosystem, you absolutely can. If you don't want that and you want to put them in a MetaMask, you should be able to in the next couple of months. We'll have Dr. Collect on at some point to talk about it. But that's where he's parking some of his money. Will I do that too in the future? Probably. Obviously, most of what I talk about is crypto. Be advised, that's not where most of my net worth is. But that's just, the crypto is what I think can outperform pretty much anything else. So if you want to do something safe, I think the AF-15s, I think the Avengers #1s, I think the Fantastic Four #1, Fantastic Four #5. I think those are the type of things that go really, really safe, and they can do like a 5x. For the secret rares, the commons could do a 10x plus. And even the secret rares could do that. But I think the commons outperform. That's what happened last cycle. Couldn't the same happen this time? I don't know. Got VeVe Zombie saying, yo, what up? JKRB, how's it going, fam? So I was at XRP's crashing. There was over $500 million of shorts, or I'm sorry, there was $500 million worth of longs that were liquidated, like $600 million liquidated of longs in the past 90 minutes. It was insane. Why did that happen? Just mass manipulation. I mean, I'll just take a look at the Bitcoin chart down here. This had reached, so it was at 95. It did reach like 91.9 at one point, so it is back up a little bit now. But yeah, that price kind of took a major dip. You even see it over here. The market cap falls off a cliff. How much of everything else is crashing. I mean, XRP is down 5% in the past hour. A lot, especially at that market cap. $118 billion market cap. Yeah, 5% is a lot. Billions be wiped out. Happened for Bitcoin, ETH, BNB, XRP. Solana's down 6.5%. Dogecoin down 8%. Cardano down 8%. And this is all in the past hour. What the heck did Cardano do? And I guarantee you it was down more at one point. Yeah, it was down to under 36 cents. Obviously up over 36 and a third now. And again, this is all just in the past hour. Like this is Sui's down over 10%, Zcash down 10%, Avalanche down 9%, Litecoin down 7%, HBAR down 8%, Sheep down 7%, Toncoin down 7%, Kronos down 5%. Polkadot 10.5, Uniswap 8, Tau BitTensor's 8, Pepe's 10, Near Protocol's 10, ETH Classic 8.7, Ondo's down 12%, Athena's down 11, Aster's down 12.5, Pump Fund down 10.5. Like Jesus, man. WorldCoin down 11.5, Aptos down 13%, Cosmos down 9, or Cosmos Hub or Atom is down 9, Arbitrum's down 11, Algorand's down 10, Render's down 8.5. Trump is still in the top 100, even though it's down 6.7%. Filecoin's down 11.8. Midnight down 11.4% out of the top 100. Damn. Rip Midnight. Rip Midnight. I mean, I still enjoy Midnight. I still think that'll do well. But what's our cryptos doing over here? OMI down 4.5%. We actually wicked down to 16.8, but back up to 17 now. But yeah, that was a wicked wick down. Who says, Randy, come out and play? Yeah. Is that you know the reference which I'm talking about? Yep. Mr. MC1 says, hello, Randy. Hello, fam. What's going on? Oh, Millie Show says, what's up, Mr. MC1? Someone's photos seem to have gone on holiday. There was, I forget who it was. There was some post, some people send me shit all the time. And somebody was arguing, like, listen, the fudders have like nothing left to fud. Like VeVe has given everything that the fudders could have ever wanted or complained about. And that's true. And then the person commented is like, okay, well, why is the price still down? Like the price is still down. And, okay, well, that's also true. Well, why is the price still down? I mean, the fact that a bunch of tokens in the top 100 are down over 10% and OMI's down 5%, it's like, okay, like how do you expect this to play out? And I think OMI gets in the top 100 again at some point. That again, it's going to take the narrative to work out, and it's going to do a crazy X. But again, that's what has to happen. But yeah, the fudder, like again, there's nothing fundamental. I mean, you can make the argument, okay, well, yeah, there's declining users, sure. But they're still like the best platform out there as far as digital collectibles go. They're the ones that make the most money. They're the ones that have the most community. They're the ones that has the most money going in and out of it. Now, granted, a decent amount of that, obviously more is being sold than being bought. Well, the OMI token more is being sold than being bought. And obviously that's because, you know, the downward price action, overall market. But some of the stuff actually on VeVe, some of that stuff has gone up. And you also have some big sales as well. And all of it burns OMI. So at the end of the day, I think as long as the company's still making money, which it is, and again, I saw that pattern the other day with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and it's like, okay, maybe there's a reason why there's no significant drops before or after Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for a certain amount of days. But again, that's just a theory, so who knows? But Millie says, we were like Shaq and Kobe with the content during Ron English Space. I heard it was a great space, so congrats on the success of that. Ron English is obviously a awesome person. We love him. So go get that bread. It says, what are some comics you think will run? I went over them a bit before, and Sleep In or Comics and Crypto might be better to ask, but MC1, Fantastic Four #1, Fantastic Four #5, Tales of Suspense 39, Strange Tales 110, obviously AF15. That's probably like, you know, like one of the better ones. I think DeCat, when it comes out, will do really well, but it's not out yet, so you can't buy it. You could pre-order a 1 of 10. So the physical, we had like a 90-minute space for DeCat before. It might still be going on. I had to leave because I had other stuff. I've been in meetings all day. It's been insane. We had a 90-minute space on it before. It still might be going. I don't know. And we'll do 2026 comics for the digital. We'll do about 1,000 comics of the physical. But the first 10, well, not the first 10, 10 of them will be different covers. They'll be 1 of 10s. They'll be signed by me and the artist. It will be $250 for it. The other ones, The other 990 will not be signed at first. We will be at a couple of cons this year, so you'll be able to get them signed by us, which will be cool. If you want, you don't have to. I should be at all of the events. The Kingsley, who lives in Europe, I don't know if he can come. He should be able to come to one of them. He probably want to come to DesignerCon because, you know, Vegas. But if he wants to come to New York, wants to come to San Diego, you know, that's fine too. Says, did you hear that there's a bounty on Bill Gardner in Earth 2? Whoever kills him gets a nice. I did not, but that'll give a lot of people incentive to go in. And we had this at PorcFest years ago, where there was like a hunt, and you had to like obviously get someone with a like a water gun, whatever. My job was to get Francois. Francois was a awesome French dude. He was the cool dude, and you know, I actually got a little bit of Bitcoin for it at the time. I think it was like $20 worth of Bitcoin, but Bitcoin was like $500 at the time. So it was actually like 1/20th or 1/22nd of a Bitcoin. It's worth a couple grand now. Anyway, I did not know that, but for so that's the first of the physical comic, and I don't know what to do with AI, because there's so many people that are against AI. And again, we don't need it right now. All the ideas come from me, all the writing comes from me, and that'll likely never change. But the art takes some time. And even though the artist right now does everything by hand, guys, this is like 85 pages, and this might be the only DeCat comic to come out. Like, there'll be other comics like that are ready to go. Like Nike the Pig will be out. There'll be Solana Wolfpack, which will be out. Like those are also ready to go. But DeCat number 2, if we're just going to continue with one artist that draws everything by hand, that might take another 9 months. So even though the comic is done, like it's written already, because I wrote it last year, it's got to be, you know, drawn out. And I think the artist would feel better if he was able to do, you know, get help from AI. Eventually, we will have to do that, because I think the demand will be so great for new content for DeCat. That's just what we're going to have to do. But again, I would never replace anyone with AI. I would just ask them to use it to help them make it quicker. And eventually maybe even hire more people that obviously can use AI prompts, because it's going to be the quickest. So anyway, that's what's going on with the comic. I actually had a person the other day talk about, so here's a metric that I want to give you guys. I don't want to say fully what it is, but there's a full brain access. Like there's different tiers of my memberships, right? Like on YouTube, I think for like the Randonite, like $2.99, you get like access to certain, I don't know, like certain stickers, certain whatever. For different tiers get you different things. And there's one called full brain access. And for the first time in a while, I got a new person to subscribe to that. It's $200 a month. They get a monthly video call. And when they get that, it's like, okay, you know, what do you talk about? So he actually wanted to talk about VeVe. Cool. Give him stuff that I think will do really well. And after I said you know, like the Superman, the Todd, the Riso, the partner statue, gold and silver VeVe logo, you know, all of that. I said, like, you know, eventually, and I was very serious, like, you should probably get some DeCat comics. One, because DeCat will, if you get the full set, will like airdrop you tokens, or I'm not 100% sure what we'll do yet, but there'll be rewards for that, for the full set. And he asked about DeCat. He's like, you know, I actually have some. He's like, I usually don't do meme coins, but I went and got some of yours because it seems that there's a whole business behind it. Obviously, he's correct. We went over a lot of the stuff. I think I just gave him the names of some place that's going to invest in it. And he was just like, okay. And he wants to get in the whale group, and he'll get in the whale group at some point. But this is the metric that I want to go over is that, okay, he came in specifically asking about VeVe. Then he asked about DeCat because, you know, what do you think of meme season? What do you think of this? And so on and so forth. If I get more people that I don't get through my normal network, that I only get through YouTube, it'll be like, okay, what do they want to talk about? Now, the other people that have done this, it's mostly about crypto, but this was the first person that got in and was familiar with crypto, but wasn't really that familiar with VeVe, and basically paid for it for like, hey, what's the best ROI you think that'll be on VeVe? Okay, tell him. If in the next, because again, NFTs are kind of pumping right now. If in the next couple of months, like I'm going to cap this at some point. I don't think I'm going to have any more than 10 people on there, and then I'll just take it away. Like I'll give them the, whatever. But 10 people, a video call per month. And again, the videos don't last that long. It's an hour, but that's an extra 10 hours a month that I have to dedicate to that extra if we get that. So if I do decide to keep that open or whatever, it would just be away from YouTube. It would be like, hey, we'll do it in Patreon, and it's going to be more. It's going to be like 500, and then it'll be like I just don't want to have 30 people there. That would be insane. Because then it's like a video a day. Like that's I won't do that. Yeah, it's going to be insane. But I think that's an important metric to keep tabs of, to see if they want to go in for crypto or if they want brain access for VeVe. If it continues to be VeVe, that's a very, very, very good sign. If it's like, hey, like 5% of them are VeVe, the rest are for crypto, they're for whatever. Again, just different stuff. Anyway, what's up, Zombie? MC1 says, the only comments I see is some haters crying about Randy's channel being worth $1 million. No, it's worth more. Oh, MC1, by now it's, if I were to raise money again, it would be at well over $500,000. But the thing is, like, I don't want to like do this forever. And who cares? It seems like the boys are triggered. They are. If I wanted to raise money again, I would do it at a very, which I don't want to, because that means like I'm gonna have to continue doing this for a long time. And the reality is that I will make enough money this year, even if my crypto goes to zero. Like if we're talking about crypto bags and all my different wallets, if all of them go to zero, I will still make enough money this year on other things that I probably won't need to work again, probably forever. So to raise money, even if it is at $1 million and someone wants to buy 10% for 100,000, that's not really worth it to me, because like, yes, I could put that 100K into something else that could do a 100X. And it's like, okay, well then you have 10 million, and that's certainly something you could buy back. Yeah, it's possible, but at the end of the day, there's no reason to risk that, where I could take that 100K, put into something, and maybe it goes to zero. It's just not something that I would want to do. It's not something that I would want to risk. And again, the amount of money that I would make on that, again, just 10%, like it's not worth it, because they would expect, like I would have to continue working to provide that value where they make their money back and then some. Now, maybe they just buy for influence. Maybe they just buy for, and that's fine. If they want to buy into the YouTube channel, but then they get access to my network, cool. And we could have a conversation about that, whoever would want to do that. But again, I'm getting to the point where it's not worth it to sell more of the YouTube, even at $1 million valuation, because again, I only get 100K out of that, and I have to work more, like to make it worth it, and I just don't want to have to do that. I'm not saying that I'll stop doing YouTube stuff after this year. I'll probably keep it up for a while, but because again, it's still fun, but I just don't want to have to like this Sunday, and I worked all day. Like I have meetings every day. I like every now and then over the last couple months. Yeah, I had a couple days off because girlfriend. Cool. Paid for it because I had to like front load a lot of meetings in the front hand. Okay, me and Bill go to Orlando, if I go out to New York, like whatever. And then I have the meetings on like the back end as well, and it just it drains me, and I just don't want to. Like I don't want a repeat of 2021 where I'm talking to the girlfriend, different girlfriend, and I just like come to this realization that I'm not enjoying life, and I just shut down both my businesses and go. Again, I think work is important. I think bringing value to people is important. But yeah, it's yeah, I work a lot, and that is hard. Anyway, Millie Show says someone said Bill sold Penny Black physical for 1K on eBay. I did hear that as well, and I assume he definitely could have if he wanted to, but I don't know. I don't know if he did. We got to ask him. Mr. MC1 says, "Yo, O'Milly." Oh, it is true. It is true. Nice, nice. Zombie saying, "Yo, Mr. MC1." Mr. MC1 saying, "Hi, VeVe Zombie." MC1 says, "Being on the right side of history, the Futter rubber dinghy sank to the Futter rubber dinghy." Futter rubber dinghy. Jesus, give me one sec here. Jesus. The Ron Spaces. I heard it was great. I wish I could have been there. Smart Buy saying was blah, blah. It was as if the cat comic drops on VeVe, I'll buy. Heck yeah. Yeah, everyone should buy some because it's a great story. It's such a great story. Get some water here. A bunch of different storylines going on. I think people will be really excited and surprised to be like, damn, Randy, this is really intricate. I know. But P says, tell Mr. MC1 the Futters are wondering when Randy is going to pay his charity bet. Must living aloha. Listen, the charity bets were all settled last year. Saying, and again, it was I think it was like $20,000 worth of bets that were settled. So, like, it would fight me. Says the cat will disappear faster than the Futters did. The comic, I mean, yeah, it would be. I think we sell out pretty quickly. I don't want to say we sell out in like an hour, but I think we sell out eventually after a couple weeks, maybe even beforehand. I know what you meant. I know what you meant. Disappear like none on secondary. Gasp. Wait, none on second. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what he meant. That's what I meant. Hopefully not, because again, you'll have people buying them. John Davis said, "Hey Randy, the X Street saying you owe a bet from last year." Listen, I've had in 2025, about a year ago, all the bets were settled. Oh, I'm pretty sure all the bets were settled. John Damey, if you have my X, send me a post. But yeah, in 2025, there was $20,000 worth of bets that were settled. But if there is one, again, just find me proof, send it to me, and we'll get that squared away. MC1 says, I checked out some of the Futter accounts, and homies are so dejected. I don't even talk about crypto or Web3, pretending to become sports fans, and some of them politically triggered. Yeah, again, a lot of Futters were just never successful in anything. So they had to just try to latch on to something, to other people that were successful, and just, try to bring them down, because like, even though you can't compete with the success, a lot of people, like the Futters, like, well, at least I'm fighting them, I'm in the same arena as them, and they're just not. That's what they like to think. MC1 says, Randy, you planning on sharing details of your channel investment that show extreme value creation? To investors, sure. There's no real need to bring that out to the public in general. But to investors, I would. But again, I don't really want to. Because of the reasons that I gave, it's too. I don't want to have to do this forever. And again, it's still fun, and I like it. But I mean, I don't need to do this every day. I do this every day. I don't need to do this at all. But I do now because I have investors in it. But yeah, I'll do it. I'll continuously do it because this is how I get access to people. Like, okay, I have a big audience. Okay, then it gets me access to people that I wouldn't have otherwise had access to. It's like girls. It's like, okay, well, how do you get these girls to like you? It's like funny how like success and money make you more attractive to women. When you have like the bigger digital footprint you have, the more and more higher up, successful, and rich and famous people will be like, oh, okay, yeah, because they see that work. It's like when you see a big guy at the gym, you can there's two ways to look at it. Well, I guess three. One could be like indifferent, like cool, you know. There's one person that could be like, well, yeah, I could be big too if I took steroids. Yeah. Psh. But then there's another person that says like, well, we don't really know if this person took steroids. And even if he did, you can't just like inject steroids and expect to get huge. Like you have to work at it. And that's the one thing you can't fake. Like you can't fake being in good shape. You can't, like, that takes time and dedication and diet and hard work. And you can, I guess, fake a follower count where you could like buy bot followers. I've never done that, but I guess you could do that. But anyone that is worth their salt, they'll look at your page and be like, okay, he has 100,000 followers, but he gets like no engagement on his post. Like that those aren't real followers. Whereas if he's like, oh, okay, yeah, a decent amount of followers, okay, he does his content, he gets engagement, this makes sense. Yeah, so I would say I would still do it because it would continuously get me access to, that upper echelon of people, which at this point, yeah, it's still worth it. It's still worth it to do. At some point, just for my network, I probably wouldn't need it, but now, Butters will die knowing how much investment you got from serious companies and people. Oh, so if you're talking about that type of, okay, so yeah, I raised money at a 400K valuation not too long ago. Well, that was last year. And if I were to raise money now, honestly, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't, no, there's no way. I wouldn't do it below like at least 750 would be pushing it. I'd rather do it at 1 million. I don't know if I can, I probably could justify it right now, but I just don't want to, again, if I do it at 1 million, then I have to really start like doing a lot of different stuff. And again, it's another thing that I just am not going to want to do later on in life. So, but if I did, it would be, again, 750 would be pushing it. I don't think I'd do below that. If somehow, some way I got super into trouble or whatever, it's like, okay, maybe I'll do 6. Like maybe I'd raise at a 600K mark valuation, but there's that'd have to be really extenuating circumstances. Someone says, Butters will die knowing how much, yeah, that's true. Butters look at views and don't know what a deal maker you are and what you manage. Yeah, it's fair. At some point, so the crypto knowledge, everyone kind of knows my bags. The investments in other companies, they don't. I don't think there's any reason for me to share that. Maybe one day, we'll see. Abe says, first again. I was there, bad at financial advice that you've lost 20. Well, I don't give financial advice. I mean, not to anyone here. If you're a client of mine, sure, there's consultations, but yeah, it's weird. Like if someone were to tell me they lost 20K in bets based on they thought a certain crypto would go here or there, I'm like, damn, that's rough. I wouldn't immediately think that they're bad. If I'm gonna think a certain type of way about it, it would be like, oh, okay, well, at least he seems to be able to afford the 20K like it was nothing, where other people think that 20K is a lot, and it's not. How many multiples can I add my VeVe portfolio when the bull market hits? I don't know. Depends on what you buy. I mean, if you buy Kripkins, probably not going to be a lot. I have 2 sets of Kripkins. I love them. I just don't think that they're going to do that well. But if you buy like some top tier comics, like especially the common versions, that will, I think, outperform the. I think that'll outperform the, the secret rare counterparts. Probably that. But I would say, I would say that's a little. I don't want to say easy. But also for comics right now, you have to give up 10% when you sell. And if you give up 10% when you sell, it makes it a little bit harder. But again, this is just what I'm seeing here. Anyway. we haven't really gone over a ton of other stuff. Let's take a look at here. Let's do VeVe, shall we? I'm sorry, OMI. OMI is, let's go to CoinMarketCap and take a look at their down about 5.5% on the day, 1695 or 001695, almost $48 million market cap. And volume here is also not great, 1.2 million in volume. Let's see how much of that came from Deepcoin, which was 36% of it, 445,000. So that's a good amount. MEXC 4.4%, another 5.5%. I guess that's going to be contingent. One's USDT, and the other MEXC is USDC. Okay, so it's actually, sorry guys, give me one sec. 4.4, 5.5. So almost 10% on MEXC. That should not be. I'm very curious on what happens to MEXC this year. I don't know if they really survive. Big X 30%. So that's where a lot of the volume's coming from. And again, Deepcoin, I don't know how much of that is real. We'll see. Give me your comments down below on where you think it goes, on where you think that goes in the next, I don't know, year or so. Rende, please hold some comic allocation for the regular channel guests. I mean, I have some of the comics that we're gonna give away to the people that are, you know, here doing a bunch of stuff. I don't know if I'll do, I don't know how many of them I can give away, because the physical, although the physical shouldn't cost that much, because I'm gonna raise I think another 15K. We'll do it at a 300K valuation for DeCat. So I guess, I don't want to say it's pure profit, but anything that we do on the physical comic, like, it'll be profit, but it's like I have to like work at it, you know, like there's a lot of stuff that I have to do that is going to be, again, it's going to have to be worked on, and I don't want to have to do it. But you know, we shall see. Also, I'm looking at something on my X. You can ask for a follow. I mean, we could do some type of giveaways. We could do some type of giveaways, and we'll see what we get. Live view. Oh damn, there's a lot of live viewers here. So you missed my point. One was you make all these predictions and I've been consistently wrong, lose 20K in bets. So I don't pay you to come for financial advice. Again, I don't give financial advice, at least not to any of you guys. Clients are different. But I'm not wrong. It's just the timeline is off. I think most of which was due to the tariffs. I think a lot of it was due to the turmoil that carries out through the rest of the world. And then you have Jerome Powell not lowering rates. So there's a lot of macro factors that affect what crypto's going through. And up until this year, everyone was talking about the four-year cycle, and then, you know, late last year, I was like, okay, yeah, four-year cycle's kind of dead. So that's mostly why. But yeah, I'll definitely take care of the regulars. I don't know. Again, there's 125 people here. I'm not giving away 12% of the physical. I'll give away a decent amount, but not, you know, again, it's still a very, very small company. That I just started, so we'll see. We'll have a good amount to give away, and the comic is not going to be the only thing that we give away. There's going to be other stuff as well, and be other stuff. All right, let's move on. Okay, hold on. We do have a Fromby. Okay, so Fromby's given Live in Aloha. Says Randy, following up on the bet we had, my original charity was Nature Conservancy. However, our nonprofit, the Living Aloha Foundation, is about to buy some Chromebooks for kids in Hawaii, so we'd appreciate if you make the $1,000 donation there, but the original is fine, up to you. Can you send me our agreement for the original bet, please? Okay, so I'm not, okay, so I think I do remember this. Living Aloha. Yeah, I guess it was, he had messaged me in January last year, say Happy New Year. Please don't forget our charity bet. Wish you the best. Thanks. And it didn't end at that point. I guess it was later in the year, because a few days later he said, sorry for the problem, completely my mistake. So I guess we did make a bet. I don't know where that originated from, but if we get if he could just send me whatever, yeah, sure, I'll give it to him right now. What we got here? Owens continue to take a beating even with all these new things. Yes, and it will likely continue to take a beating until that narrative hits. I mean, that's what we've been waiting for forever. When does that happen? It could happen soon. NFTs are starting to run. Well, they're starting to move. I wouldn't say run. They're starting to move. We had some significant moves, but we really need ETH to go up. And when that happens, we should be able to go and get a much bigger move to the upside for the collectibles. And then I think OMI goes up. So ETH moves, then NFTs, then digital collectibles, then OMI. So it's probably going to take a while, but we'll see. Matt Jones says it'll probably be one last alt season, then the big meltdown, and regulatory clarity will be the great crypto depression. Well, regulatory clarity is about to be signed in the next couple of weeks. So I've heard of Space Dandy. I have not. What is Space Dandy? You let me know what the Space Dandy is, and we will get that bread. There's a lot of losers out there. God's own minter saying VeVe OMI have built many dots already. Now the dots need to be connected to see the full picture and enable mass adoption. I believe it'll happen. Roadmap and collect chain should bring clarity. There are a bunch. Give me one sec. Got a bunch of yeah. Ghosted, yep. 15, yep. Dramatically improved. Yeah. Fun times. Let's take a look at it on YouTube. It says 417 DEVVE is possible. Let's take a look at DEVVE. And I think that's possible as well. Not right away, considering it's literally 14.5 cents. For DEVVE, if you give me 18 months, and I don't say me, I give the team 18 months, the odds of going over $100, I think, is very possible. Because what are they at? They're $12.7 million market cap. God damn. Okay, so let's say, so it's not exact, but let's say, 12 cents is about 10 million. Give or take. Let's say 11 cents. So $1.10 would be 100 million, right? Yeah, $1.10 would be 100 million. And then let's do $11 would be $1 billion market cap. Okay. If $10 or $11 is $1 billion market cap, that's like not 100x, that's like a 80 something, that's 90x here. $100 would be 10 billion. Yeah, to get to 40 something $billion market cap. Yeah, I think it's possible. I'm not gonna bet on that. Like, if you were to say, like, do you think DEVVE goes to $417? I'd bet $1,000 on no. Can it? Absolutely. But just, even if I lose that bet of $1,000, I make so much in that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna sell a decent amount at $10, which is an insane. Like, even for I should dollar cost. I put over 70K into DEVVE. It's worth less than 30. I'm not. If one of my companies sell, or a company that I own partial shares in, then I'll go in and I'll DCA on DEVVE, OMI, Definity, all that. But I won't. The days of me going all in on crypto are pretty much over. Because again, the crypto bags that I have, they can go to zero and it's not going to matter to me. I do think that every single thing that I have can do 100x. I think Definity and Devi could possibly do 1,000x. But again, I already have my positions there. I don't really need to buy more. If it hits, it's going to hit, and it's going to be insane. But I don't really need to buy anymore. Should I dollar cost average? Probably. Everything's so low right now. Could it get lower? It can always go lower. But again, here for me, I have no problem buying here if I have the excess amount of capital, which I will when some of these things sell. So the collect chain launch is imminent in the next few weeks, I think. I'd give them to February. I'd give them to mid to late February, even though it probably could launch, sooner with everything. I would say just because tech. But oh man, it's an awesome anime. Used to be an Adult Swim. He's a guy in space, kind of like bounty hunter type vibe. Oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool. But anyway, you're right. Let's take a look at Devi here. Let's go to CoinMarketCap to see what the volume is. Probably a couple $100,000, $370,000 in volume. This is not a lot. The amount of it's like 10,000 holders. It's a very small amount. I think that eventually this goes to millions of holders because of who the partner is, what type of partnership it might be, and then, just all of the places that's going to be advertising it because of what it's doing. I'm going to say it happens in April. Could happen before. They might not do it until second half of the year. I don't know. I know that Tom is very focused on Fias as a big way to bring attention to DevX. How long does that take him? I don't know. Several months. Again, I'm not counting on any crypto moving in the first 6 months of this year. Maybe Devi can, because if they have that big announcement, then it'll go crazy. But we don't know when that happens. It could happen next month. It could happen March, April, like I think. But none of the crypto that we're talking about here that has the possibility of not moving until second half of the year. I really want to see what February and March bring. And again, that being said, give me an extra, like, let's say if one of my companies sell like 400K, yeah, I'll chuck another 100K into crypto. Smart Buy says, anyone real friend with Dr. P here? Yeah, he's a friend. What's the update with? Listen, I'll get him on the show and we'll do an update. They're in transition phase right now. Super excited when OpenSea people can join real chat. Let me shoot him a message. He's about to collect now, by the way. Just shoot him a message. Yeah. Okay. I want to come on soon? Question mark. He might be in bed by now. It's late over there. It's like Cowboy Bebop on LSD. Really trippy, vivid color art, sci-fi. Okay, that's cool. I could dig that. What's better than crypto these days? Shares are like 10 to 12% growth, but world not stable. Crypto at these prices are very, very good, in my opinion, for me to buy. Anyone else between you and your financial advisor. Real estate price too. Yeah, I wouldn't buy real estate right now. High rate of interest, gold and silver. Yeah, I wouldn't buy gold and silver right now. Again, the shares of the stuff that I have is very good, but again, we're gonna sell a little bit. What am I gonna do as far as geez, I don't know. Any other investment? High risk lending. High risk lending gets me 15% guaranteed per year. And that's if I don't do anything myself. If I want to go back into the business, which I do not, that's a lot of work. Yeah, I could make like 30% a year, 40% a year. But it's a lot of work, and I don't need to do it. I'll be happy with the, however much I can get my friend, and 15%. I mean, ideally, 10 million, make me 1.5 million a year, but I don't need that to live a happy life. 10% of that, okay, I could do okay. 20%. Yeah, I'd say 2 million, maybe 300K a year. That's fine. I don't need any more than that. And if I do, I'll just put in more. But you know, we really want crypto to go up. Anywho, let's go over some DeCat here. I know we spoke about that before, but we're going to speak about it again. I don't think there's a lot of buy orders this past 24 hours. There's $91 in volume. $1.1 million market cap was 1.2, but ETH went down. $334,000 in liquidity. Again, we talked about DeCat before. Not much to go over there. Definity up another 1.9% on the day. $2.9 million market cap, 94,000 in liquidity. Really want them to go and add more liquidity here because their liquidity in MEXC is just not like MEXC. I'm just not a big fan of. I don't believe they do really big things long term. I think that in the future, MEXC goes down. Oh, Nancy Mace, love her. She's bae. I also don't have a. Give me 1 second. I also don't have a. Oh my gosh, sorry. That was. The heck is this bet? Okay, 1K to his favorite charity. Okay. Mr. Livin' Aloha. Can I just send you OMI? Will that make it easier? I'll just see if I can send him OMI. We got Ironman 616 as the Ether post. He reposted the stream, my man. So yeah, smart buy. I would say the high risk lending, 15% guaranteed. That's my play. If you want to be super safe, do like a T-bill, get like 4%. You know, we have $1 million, you get 40K a year. McDonald's is asking $80 for a 200-piece box of nuggets. Damn, that is wild. Okay. Anyway, we did Definity, 300 in volume, not a lot. Let's do Fias because I like what they're doing. They're up 9% on the day to $2 million market cap, 1.6 cents. Very good, Fias, very good. Love that. What if crypto not pumps by mid-year or third quarter? What next steps? Crypto never pumps ever. I don't know. Yeah, then you might get hecked for another couple of years. I don't know. If there's no pump for crypto, I mean, alts have been in a bear market for 4 years. Could it last another couple of years? It's possible. There's another reason why I don't want to put in that much more into crypto because it's like, you know, why at this point? Like I've already put several $100,000 into it, and it's like worth a fraction of that. So, I mean, these prices are so cheap though, and the problems that some of these things are solving are really big. But I would say, yeah, again, it doesn't matter. It can go to zero. I don't want to say it means nothing to me because again, it doesn't go to zero and it does pump. You know, that crypto bag will be worth millions, and that would be great. But you know, we'll see. Miles Bain says, "Nice to cat space today. Can't wait for the comic release." I know, it was great. Thank you for hosting. Appreciate it. Adresso said Max, he will wait like June, July. Yeah, I think I was with him when he said that. Again, what we have to see. We have to rethink the thesis, see what's going on. By that time, I'm hoping one of my things have sold, in which case I'll just, you know, chill a little bit. Oh, 12K in volume on Fias. Damn, get that bread. Ugh, my body. Ugh, my other body. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens with that. I don't know. There's many people that think we have a February, March where Bitcoin just falls off a cliff and it goes to like 40K. And if that happens, I'll just get wrecked. What about just NFTs, Gary V? Yeah, I think NFTs will do really well, especially stuff with IP. Obviously, VeFriends would be great. Moonbirds, CryptoPunks, Bored Apes, VeVe NFTs, I think would also be super great. Most of the designer con stuff won't be, but the Spider-Mans, the Batmans, Superman, like those will all do very, very well, in my opinion, especially the comics. Yeah, NFT narrative, I think, will still do really well. But again, you need ETH to pump, though. If it doesn't pump, then, I don't know if that works out. Let's see if there's any articles here. I don't think there is. Okay, we can just go to the news. Did we do yesterday? Did we do Friday? Okay, we did. Okay, we're good. We're good. Josh Emmett versus Kevin Vallejos on March 14th on Pi Day. Can't wait for that. I will bet on Josh because I love him. Josh is great. Cash Crunch. Okay. FZ says crypto super cycle is possible. He said President Trump will do everything to pump the stock market this year, which will be good for crypto. I think it will be as well. Crypto down, NFT stays. I think the NFT market will do really well over time, but again, you need ETH to go up. If ETH stays the same or goes down, NFTs will not do well. You need to have liquidity injected into the markets. You need the Federal Reserve to lower rates. You need incentive for the money market accounts to just rip into the market. And right now, it's not like that. They need a couple things to happen first. It could take several months, maybe half a year. And then you'll see a market melt up if those things happen. If they do happen, ETH goes to like 9,000. It does a 3x from here. NFTs go crazy. Digital collectibles has its narrative. OMI does really well. So yes, I think all of these things can happen in a very positive note, but it's not going to happen right away. You need ETH to run. Some news says Apple is working with ETH to bring ETH-based payments on Apple Pay. It might. They just want a different way for people to pay. And they know there's a lot of ETH whales out there. So yeah, I think it's possible. No. So this is, I did not fight Josh Emmett for charity. I would love to. It's just, he's very busy. I don't want to bug him about it, even though he did say he would. He's just a busy guy. And from his point of view, if I'm looking at it through his eyes and his shoes, through his lens, he's fighting like some of the biggest names in the world. And then to do like this charity thing with like, who the heck is Randy Chavez? It's like, okay, he's got some boxing experience from back in the day, but this dude's a YouTuber. This dude, like, he's a finance guy. Like, he's not a fighter anymore. It might be a little beneath him to do it. Like I don't want to put Josh in that position. From an outside perspective, it's like, okay, listen, it's for charity. No one's going to take it seriously anyway. And then from his trainer's point of view, is like, bro, like, on the off chance he just catches you with a lucky, thing, like, don't, like, probably most people are probably telling him not to do it. So, which is fine. If anything, we'll just make our donations, normally. Barbara says, and will there be ETH-based payment? I've heard about this. I've heard that this is one of the things that is taking so long. And if that's one of the reasons it takes so long, cool. Do what you need. Yeah. Base payment GTA 6 news. Now, for GTA 6, people are counting on GTA 6 to bring people into crypto, and I don't believe that is the case. Or I don't, like, they are counting on that, but I don't think they should. because I don't think there's any evidence to show that GTA 6 will even come out this year. It's been delayed for I don't know how many times in the past. They've been working on it for over a decade. And the amount of bets that they have, like, okay, Drake releases Iceman, 89% chance that happens before GTA 6. ChatGPT 6 being released, 68% chance that that happens before GTA 6. A Russia-Ukraine ceasefire, 66% chance, and there's $1.1 million in volume on the bets that Russia and Ukraine reach a ceasefire before GTA 6. And that doesn't mean that, like, well, yeah, if GTA 6 is going to come out now, you know, in November, and we get a Russian-Ukraine ceasefire by November. No, it means that Russia-Ukraine ceasefire might not happen until next year, or even 2028, and it might still happen before GTA 6 is released. New Playboi Carti album, 58%. New Rihanna album, 56%. Trump out as president is a 52% chance. So according to Polymarket, which is like the best, I mean like the best way to measure odds, has it at a greater than a coin flip chance that Trump is out as president before GTA 6. Now, you could have an impeachment, you could have him die, you could have, you know, he drinks a lot, he eats a lot of fast food, drinks a lot of soda, or it could be 2029 because he vacates office on January 19th, January 20th, 2029. And maybe that happens before GTA 6. Then you have a 52% chance that China invades Taiwan. There's a 49% chance that Bitcoin hits $1 million before GTA 6 is released. And there's $2.7 million that are bet on that. So even though the odds do skew slightly that Bitcoin does not hit $1 million before GTA 6 is released, it's still close enough to a coin flip that it's possible. And in which case, I don't think Bitcoin hits $1 million before November of this year. I think it does it maybe next year, maybe, and GTA 6 just doesn't release until next year. The wildest one is a 50% chance that Jesus Christ returns before GTA 6 is released. And there's $7.8 million bet on this. My God. So yeah, I don't believe that GTA 6 comes out this year. Because there's so many things that people are betting millions of dollars on that happens beforehand. Smart buys. I think we need ETH and USDC. T based payment on Stacker Collect. OMI is good, but not stable. Not everyone uses it. Yeah, USDT, USDC, and ETH are global. Golden Sriracha Doritos. Nice. Not everyone uses. Yeah, USDC definitely before USDT for Americans. You could have both. I mean, you can put USDC on there and ETH on there, and you just swap it for OMI, and then you use OMI. So I kind of like it the way it is right now. Maybe in the future, maybe on the collect chain, stuff that's in USDC or ETH, that could also burn OMI. Ben in Korea says people will take more than a week for GTA launch. Thanks for being a member. And yeah, you're probably right. They'll probably take some time off. There were literally times in my life where I would go, my friends wouldn't vote because a new Fallout game was coming out or a new Halo game was coming out. And it's like, bro, they're not voting because a new video, like that's how serious it was. So yeah, I could picture that as well. Can GTA 6 bring people closer to NFTs? I think so. Maybe people can import NFTs in GTA world. I think so. I think that'd be cool. And GTA is a metaverse, that would be insane. And well worth it. Well worth it. 100% well worth it. In my opinion. We'll see. Where are we at here? Oh yeah, we got news to go over. Tolkien has a comic out that is $33. Like Tolkien has a comic from Ablaze that you can buy an NFT for $33. Aren't they like $7 to like $11 usually? But this is 110 pages. That's why it has the $33 price tag on it. Which, if that's the case, I might bump the DeCat comic up. Originally, it was going to be $10. Guys, there are some comics that are like 30, 40 pages that are $10. Mine's going to be 85. That's double the content. I'm not going to say I want it at $20, but I don't think 15 is asking for too much, considering how much time and effort's gone into it, and especially because a lot of the giveaways that we'll be doing. So we'll see. But GJ6 is a metaverse though. Do you still do eBay Pokemon? Not anymore. I will when a bunch of money starts coming in. Got to sell stuff first. But yeah, I will start to again. Yeah. Thousands of ICE agents doxed protesters targeting homes. Radical activists published addresses and personnel details as harassment campaign hits families. Protesters reportedly showing up at private residences. That is bananas. Hardware wallet social engineering scam steals $282 million in Bitcoin and Litecoin. Attacker swaps to Monero via Thorchain, causing XMR volatility. Insider Bitcoin whales long position is now over $900 million. Let me know if he got wiped out today, because that was yesterday. ETH gas. The price dropped to less than a penny. Ethereum is the new Solana as of the 17th. Guys, I don't know how to tell you this. Definity's making so much freaking money. I could not be happier. Like, could not be happier. Now, there's some burns that went on today too. Definity's up like 50% on the last week, and there's some burns. It's insane. As if the $18,000 in burns last month wasn't enough. This month got even more burns. Wild stuff. Bill Garner says, "What up, Ben?" That means Dr. P is so cute. His little German accent. I love him. I just love that man. He's just such an awesome dude. Awesome dude. Ben agrees. Isn't Polymarket just a betting app? It is a betting app, but it gives odds. Like, it is the most accurate. It is more accurate than Vegas odds, and Vegas fixes their freaking games. It is more accurate than Vegas odds. Doesn't play actual probability. Just bookie. It's the most accurate platform there is out there so far. Maybe Kalshi surpasses them. Maybe other stuff surpasses them. Amazon's out of profit. Absolute crown jewel in the VeVe crown. Agreed. 100%. Bogar's is definitely looking good. Oh, it is. It is. It is. So soon, I don't know when, but Darth Vader bust, white marble. Oh my God, that looks incredible. And then Darth Vader in carbonite? What? Forged in metal. Vader is presented as a stylized, Ido-inspired samurai bust infused with a carbonite-inspired finish, rough, weathered surfaces and deep shadows. Oh my God, that looks incredible. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I want that. Tom Anderson says, "There's already a lot to show the investors." Will Stewart said the hairs on the back of his neck stood up when I showed him a demo. EOS is more than just me. Will is actively involved. I have 4 devs about to start who will use the same accelerator price and tools that I've been using. I have advisors. I have team members that work on dev and integrations. I have my legal team, and he has me. I need Dr. P statue and sanctuary in the VeVe-verse. He deserves it. He deserves everything. Bogar says, Sanjay, the comic allocation, 100%. 100%. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Trump imposes 10% tariffs on the following countries: France, Finland, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Germany, Netherlands, United Kingdom. Those tariffs increased to 25% on June 1st if a deal to acquire Greenland is not reached. Damn. Trump to sue JP Morgan Chase for incorrectly and inappropriately debanking him. Good for him. Steak and Shake buys $10 million worth of Bitcoin for its strategic reserve. That's insane. FTX payouts start March 31st with February 14th as the record date if you've completed KYC and paperwork per report. Miles Morales sold the other day for, I think, like 40 million OMI. It was a lot. It was a lot. Yeah, there'll be Darth Vader bust original approximately 2K editions. White Marble 780-ish editions. Carbonite maybe less than 280. What? That's insane. I want it. Number of failed cryptocurrencies by year. 2021, there were 2,500 tokens that were that had failed. 2022, there are over 200,000 tokens that had failed. 2023, there were 245,000 tokens that had failed. 2024, 1.38 million tokens had failed. And in 2025, 11.5 million tokens had failed. That is insane. VeVe, DEVVE, OMI DECAT, we still chugging along though. Still chugging along. For Fias, okay, hang on. Not only is time still available for the space, but we are addressing the issues. This issue in particular, this is the biggest issue in AI, monetization. That's what Fias is, a monetization platform, and we're building it on Dev. Tom had a dream a couple nights ago that he was a robot. It was a pretty cool dream, actually, very cinematic. He said he told Bill and said you basically do look like a robot. Tom says people will see a demo this quarter. Even better, I'm trying to get it operational for closed beta in weeks, not months. So we probably see that by the end of February, hopefully. But yo, Bill. Bill, I love you so, I always will. Meow, meow, meow. Never gonna see my wedding day when you're losing. What cosplays should I do this year? I'm gonna do cosplays this year. What should I do? What should the cosplays be? Should it be Bane? Should I do DC? Should I do Marvel? Should I do Brown Wolverine? What should I do? You guys let me know. I've been I'm very, very curious. What do we got here? Oh, we still got a bunch of stuff here. But we've gone an hour 12. Let's just go to X here. And then on X, we'll go over the last couple of things. We'll go over the last people have talked about, and then we'll end it. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent blasts Fed for losing $100 billion a year with no accountability. Terrible is echoing what we libertarians have been saying for 20 years, and the Fed. God, I'm old. Jed. Jed says it's way overdue, but we'll be working into a V1. But for now, I'm just happy being part of a community led by Jeremy Knows VF. Funny enough, I seen Gary V in Good Vibes Club, and sperm whales came up. I had no idea there was an actual character, a whale at V Friends. That's really cool. Do like that. Gary Vaynerchuk reposted. Ash Crypto is like, F this, man. Because obviously Bitcoin went insane before. It did, went insane before. I think we were at 91.9. Let's see what Bitcoin, I don't know if anything's changed in the last couple minutes here. 92.3. Yeah. It's rough out there, boys. Damn. Solar eclipse seen from a cockpit. Oh, that's really cool. Oh, that is really cool. Bro, that is dope. So glad people record things for us. Million from Bit homepages can't stop, won't stop creating on chain. Martini Guy says Ethereum is only 33% away from all-time high after pumping 9 billion into its market cap this weekend. Well, it kind of crapped the bed today. It's down 3% on the day, but it's fine. Still at over 3,100. Nawful says Minneapolis 911 lines are flooded with calls snitching on ICE agents. Police Chief Brian O'Hara says that their emergency lines are overwhelmed by people calling 911 to report ICE agents. Wait, isn't that exactly what the Minneapolis admin told people to do? It's all blowing up during major ICE raids in Somali neighborhoods, with O'Hara warning it could explode like post-Floyd chaos. ICE isn't slowing down on arrests. I just hope people stay safe, man. I hope cooler heads prevail. Don't like to see Americans fighting. John Digby says, yo. Smart Buy says, would you buy a Gary VeVe friend or one Spider-Man Secret Rare? Or one MC1? Spider-Man Secret Rare off the top of my head, but let's take a look at, I don't know what a Gary the floor is on V Friends. So let's take a look at it. Well, a V Friend is only 1.1297 ETH. That's about 3,500. So I mean, Secret Rare Spider-Man's like 2,200. MC1 might be close. I would never bet against Gary V. So by saying Secret Rare Spider-Man, I'm not betting against Gary V. I'm just betting for Spider-Man. Yeah. The heck is Aster doing? Aster Strategic Buyback Reserve deploys for Aster token repurchases, allocating 20 to 40% of daily platform fees. Damn! That is bananas. Okay. Okay, I do have some other stuff to do. So let's end it here. Everyone say please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Actually, before I exit here, I'm gonna have y'all do. I'm gonna have smash that like button. Likes are free ways to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, smash the super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. Okay. All right. I love you guys. Everyone say goodbye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love you. I'm good. Yeah, I'm feeling all right, baby. I'm gonna have the best heckin' night of my life.